Hey everyone, welcome to another Cats and Rats NHL After Dark. I'm your host Kirby Lupo, joined alongside my co-host Cody Stevens. Cesar Lucero will be with us here in a moment. Nick Levine is away today, but Cody, lots to catch up on with the community here as we weren't around for the Carolina Montreal finish to that series.
Blowouts, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, but we want to start off here with some Panther news, Cody.
Yes. As a lot of, unless you're not sure, Anton Lundell and Alexander Barkov have now won gold at the IIHF World Hockey Championships as they defeated Switzerland 1-0. Switzerland, some way, somehow, have been in the last 3 gold medal games and have scored a total of 0 goals.
Yeah, I have a stat there in our group chat if you want to throw it up with the Switzerland goalie there. What's his name?
Uroni or something like that?
No, close.
It's maybe something like that.
Giovanni.
Jerome?
Throw it up there.
Janoni.
Is he a draft pick of anyone? Because he's been around for a while there.
Not sure, but
throw it up on the screen there.
Leonardo Giannoni's last 3 moment games, 0-3, 3 goals allowed, a 970 save percentage, has stopped 96 and then 99 shots. You can't ask for any better goaltending for Switzerland. And I watched that game. He was making some big saves.
Well, I think this is Mike C from X. How's it going, Mike? Yeah, again, look at the numbers there. Unbelievable numbers in today's era, too. Cody, and we saw this overtime game today. If you guys were watching it, Finland victorious 1-0 in overtime. It went literally, what did it go, 9-10 minutes or right around that mark? Again, bigger ice, a little bit more defensive style of play, a little bit more chess play when it's 3-on-3, just like you see in the NHL, but bigger ice surface, not as many scoring chances. But when you do get those chances, you've got a lot of ice and a lot of room there. And that game-winning goal by Finland, I know Donis caught this too. J.J. Moser just got trucked after it. He was standing around in that open ice there. He didn't know he was still in play.
Kostas Hellenis of the Buffalo Sabres scoring the overtime winner. Anton Lundell, I do believe, got an assist.
Did he get an assist? He was on the ice on it.
He was on the ice, and Alexander Barkov, it's hard not to be excited watching him play out there today. I mean,
oh, man. Did you see that play that he made behind the net, Cody? Pick the guy and then gets it and puts a pass out front. The only way it wasn't the only reason it was intercepted because the Switzerland goalie used his stick to kind of intercept. He kind of did like a swipe, like the Dobosh play.
And I think Kirby, there were one things you were worried about his injury going into next season. What was he able to get leaned on and stuff? I thought he got leaned on plenty today.
Okay.
Got hacked, slashed, everything above out in front of that net. Hell, there could have been a couple interference calls on him, especially in that second period.
Oh, I was mad. I tweeted out he was getting hacked and cross-checked and slashed on his boot, on his foot. Like, no penalties called in front of him. I'm like, come on, this is Alexander Barkov. I can't remember the defenseman. If you pull up the list, it'll come up. He's not an NHL guy. But, man, and big hits, too. Like, he was stepping up on Finnish forwards and laying them out. So I'm like, oh,
David.
But I was worried about or was that Patrick? Sorry, I was worried about Barkov though coming into this. I really was with certain things that could happen, but he looked good throughout the tournament. Cody. He also stayed away from certain things too. He kind of got away.
How do I look, Kirby? I know Barkov looked good, but how do I look?
What the hell is he wearing?
Oh, I know what he's wearing now.
Wow.
Is that the Everblades? Is that the Everblades?
Cody?
I'm not going to lie. The banner's covering the logo. All I see is green.
I didn't know right away, and then I clued in.
Hold on. Let me back up. Let me back this ASS up.
There it is. The Florida Everblades. Our former ECHL team.
I know. I wish they were still our affiliate. But...
yeah. It would make sense with the location, but the Savannah Ghost Pirates, they aren't none but a little bit further.
Yeah.
So it ain't nothing too bad, but
yeah, going to the
I thought Lundell looked good. Barkov looked excellent. Hey, Zito, look at Jesse Puljujarvi. I'm just saying, if we want a Greer replacement, I don't look no further than that guy right there.
I didn't watch the game, guys. I don't know if there's going to be if there's a replay, but yeah, from what I'm seeing on the comments on X and on the social media, it seems like Finland was just dominant through this whole tournament.
I would figure, Antonio, that yeah, there's permission there. I think again, Barkov probably talked about this after the Olympics and things like that manner. Very chess match game. Switzerland, highest scoring team in the tournament, just weren't able to get off today.
I will say
Finland carried quite a bit of the play, but Switzerland also.
Switzerland was there.
Yeah,
Switzerland was there, and I will say this: that was one of the better defensively played 3-on-3 overtimes by both teams. There were not that many odd man rushes. Both teams were back checking very well. Not many guys were out of position. They haven't won 5 in a row, Jamie. Remember, U.S. won last year from big old Tage Thompson. Was it last year or the year before?
Last year, yeah. I'm thinking what Jamie was saying there with 5 champs, or does he? I think 5 different champs. Does he mean in 5 different years?
I hear Antonio on that. I didn't believe so. Kirby and Nick were on the other side of it, but the thing was, the Panthers have had the best doctors in the world check on Barkov and make sure that his rehab was good, everything was good. If they got the okay from them, then I was perfectly fine with it. And he needed to get some game time in. And as much as Kirby and Nick didn't want to hear this,
I was more concerned, I'll say, than Nick, I think.
Yeah. But on the same front, I'll
answer your question later, Jamie, but go ahead and code it.
It doesn't replace like the Olympics or whatever, but it's the closest thing Barkov could get to it, because I'm pretty sure it pissed him off to not be at the Olympics, especially getting that Canada game, where if he plays in that game, Finland probably does beat Canada.
Oh yeah.
Like what, in the Olympics we're talking about?
Yeah. And the semi
right after too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
We'll see.
No,
I think they would have.
I'm not gonna lie. This was probably one of Canada's worst years for best on best.
I don't know. I thought they played well. I thought they were challenged. Finland was a good team. Finland doesn't go away.
It wasn't the Finland game. It was the Norway game after that. And then,
I'm talking Olympics. I don't know what happened to Canada in the medal round in the World Championships. That's for
let's just say Mark Scheifele showed why he didn't make it to the Olympic team.
There's certain things. Puljärvi today. Yeah, Mike, I did see when he stepped on the puck there. Nick was watching the game and he mentioned that too. But he was a force today from the first period on. Plays Panther hockey. He just grabs the puck, shields it, cycles play, keeps possession, makes smart plays, is physical, like a lot more physical than what he was back in the day for the Finnish junior national team. He's just a force out there. And again, I wish he was still kind of a Panther at this point.
He still can be a Panther. I'm just saying. He is like, if we need an AJ Greer replacement, if he doesn't re-sign, yes, Puljärvi would be more than perfect for that. Yes, he hit everything that moved when he was with the Panther jersey. Everything.
He had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits a game sometimes.
Like, it was. I know he got himself suspended at one point, but he was a force, and that's something I think Paul Maurice could fall in love with. And that's like a 4th line winger, and he could possibly play up the lineup. That's the other thing about it. He could play up the lineup because he has that bit of skill.
And Mike here, there's something I was talking with Nick today off air, and we were talking about Barkov, what it's going to look like in training camp. Not as much for the team, but for Barkov. I still think Barkov needs to play 1-2 exhibition games. And at some point, they have to decide, is he starting day 1 in training camp? There's a little thing in the back of their mind. That's how he got hurt, but he still has to be out there and he has to be conditioned.
No, you have to play him. You have to play him in training camp.
You can't play him. You can't be scared.
But and Paul Maurice did say it in the podcast. If you guys haven't listened, I mean, he's gonna be practicing, and I think that's another reason why I wasn't afraid of him playing in Worlds, because I think if the Panthers would have made the playoffs, he would have been in the lineup.
I don't think you take any unnecessary risks either going into the season with him, and you play him a game or two in exhibition. That's what you would do it normally on a lengthened season, anyways. And you can't have any setbacks or any injuries or anything with him in camp or whatever, because you see what this team isn't. They're not
even close.
Usually in those contracts, there's an NHL out clause. So if he he can come right to the Panthers. There's always an NHL out clause.
When does that usually happen, Cody? What month is that in? Because it's sometime in the spring or summer. It's not close.
I don't even remember, but Barkov tall. He's like 6'3". You think he's 6 foot. He's not Bedard out there, buddy. He's not 5'9", but
some of those 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" guys lie about their height there, I'm telling you.
But wrapping up on the Worlds here, because shout out to Barkov, Lundell, big wins. Lundell wins another trophy, adds another. We
got Bertrand Ville in the chat. Maybe a Finn here. Congratulations.
Another
promoting it to the Finns to come by here today.
Another medal to the trophy case, but
how iconic! He did the same celebration as he did in the second cup. That was cool to see, though.
Yep, that is a one of a kind guy, the greatest player in Panthers history.
They definitely are going to be putting a statue, I feel like, when his time comes to an end. So, hopefully I'm still here to witness that.
It shouldn't be too far along. If Dustin Brown got a statue,
that's good.
As long as it doesn't look like the Dwayne Wade statue, we'll be okay, right?
I mean, I don't know. He's better in D Wade in my mind, but
that's because you're a Heat hater. So
I mean, Barkov wanted at least one more than one championship without the help of the best player in the league. He beat the best player in the league.
All the Dwayne Wade
levels.
Stuff I saw this spring is comparing him to James Harden. You should never compare yourself to James Harden. He's so low down there.
Wade is better than Harden. I hate that.
But I don't know why
comparison.
That's a comparison. I'm just like, Harden hasn't done anything.
Wade's done something Harden's never. But boys, going to the playoffs here. Our Stanley Cup finalists set. We will get to those two teams after our break. But first, we got to talk about the two teams that did not make the Stanley Cup final. And first up, losing in a shocking 4 games, the Colorado Avalanche. What is next for the Colorado Avalanche here, boys? Because let's see, I'll pull up their Puckpedia so we can see their cap space currently. I don't think they have much here, but the Colorado Avalanche currently have $2.9 million in cap space. This is 26-27. They have one big RFA in Jack Drury, and have to sign at least 2 or 3 defensemen. So, boys, your thoughts on the way Colorado played in this series? What shocked you about it? What were the reasons why you think they fell in that series?
Injuries played a part of it, obviously. Makar, I don't think, was fully healthy. McKinnon was definitely not healthy, but he did play every single game. Landeskog was missing in action. It's hard, man. A lot of their players that needed to step up didn't step up. Credit to Vegas for the way they played defensively around the net, blocking a lot of shots. Hart played amazing as well, right? I know Kirby doesn't want to give credit, but Mitch Marner had a pretty good.
That's for later.
He had a pretty good series, so give credit to Vegas. I'm surprised it was a sweep. I don't think any of us saw that coming, right?
I don't think anyone had that. People out there joking and around with their colleagues and their co-hosts, but I don't think.
Give credit to Blackwood at least at the last game. He almost, he did a pretty good job in the last game. Just Colorado couldn't score.
Yeah, the last game, I wasn't able to catch the last game, but I caught the rest of the series. Antonio, I've said Blackwood should have been the starter all along. Wedgwood gives me Stolars and Tristan Jarry vibes. I don't like how he plays in the net. And, the low danger, medium danger goals that he allowed, he was saving the high danger, but he was allowing goals that you can't have. And I was listening to a lot of analysis on that. And again, they decided to run with him. Jared Bednar, I think he takes a little bit of a step back. We'll get into the top 3 coaching list a little bit later in our final preview. I have stuff to say there, but I think Bednar takes a step back here. But I don't think major changes, Cody, should happen necessarily with the core. They made the changes to goaltending there last year. Defense, what can they do there up front? They can maybe add a couple depth pieces, but nothing you're going to really. They're the team that brought in Nazem Kadri at the deadline. They were deemed the winners of the deadline.
Yeah, and it's just for me watching that series from beginning to end. I know he got hurt in game 3, but Nathan MacKinnon wasn't good enough in this series.
Yeah, I agree.
Just games 1 and 2, those are you can't have that.
And just Mike saying here, you guys, Colorado is known as a speed-based team, and everyone wishes their team played like Colorado. But like he's saying here, too much off the rush, too fancy. But that's kind of what brought them to the dance, and then it didn't end up working against Vegas. And again, we'll get into Vegas a little bit later, but is that because, the coaching bump right now with John Tortorella? Vegas is also playing more, which you guys didn't mention when you're running through all the Vegas players. They're playing a physical brand of hockey.
Yeah.
And they brought that a little bit back to Vegas. Now, I don't know if that personnel is like what it was in 2023, but if they start playing that physical brand of hockey, that's going to suit them well moving forward.
I don't think it's there defensively, but they do have the pieces to give Carolina a run for their money.
And looking at Colorado's cap situation, they're in a rut right now. Getting Kadri at the deadline's kind of, I know only make it 5.6, but you have only $3 million. You have to sign 3 defensemen. And you have Jack Drury, who's an RFA, that you may have to let go. And he was a really big piece for you this playoff run. And then next year, you know who's due up? Cale Makar.
Yeah.
And he's going to reset the market, just like McKinnon did when he signed his deal before Kaprizov had his. And then not only do you have Makar up, you also have Arturi Lehkonen up. You have Ross Colton up. You have Nick Waugh up. Like, you have some guys.
Antonio, I went to have Wedgwood as my starter. So that's all I got to say. Nick will say the rest.
But I just felt like it never felt cohesive enough for Colorado. And in something that really carried over from the regular season to the playoffs, Kirby, and this kind of shocked me more than anything. They never figured out the power play.
No, they didn't. What were they on the power play the whole series? I don't
even know.
They were 21.
They were 20% the entire postseason.
And the regular season they were bottom 5 or whatever. Bottom 6.
And that's the thing with the playoffs, right? You got to have at least a decent power play and a really good penalty kill. And I think Florida and both of their runs, they've been one of the top teams in the playoffs with their penalty kill.
Well, 24, the power play was god awful. I mean, we gave up about 37,000 shorthanded goals. But at the same token, you have way too much damn talent to be scoring 1 on every 5 power plays. Like McKinnon, Natchez, who was the light switch again. The light switch turned off. And did y'all see him? Because I didn't. I thought the light was off.
Marty Natchez. Yeah, I was waiting that one for you.
And you have him, McKinnon, Makar, Landeskog, Brock Nelson, and/or Nazem Kadri.
I'm surprising. I know Nelson's a little bit older of a player, but the way he was playing all season, right, and in the Olympics, I thought he would at least have showed up a little bit more than he did.
Look,
he was injured there too.
Yeah.
In that last round, so
yeah, but most of them, the majority of the scoring really came from guys like Jack Drury, Parker Kelly, Nick Waugh, Brett Kulak.
And McKinnon was frustrated when Makar was out of the lineup because he wasn't getting the puck, and he was going back to the bench frustrated because the zone exits weren't there, like when Makar's healthy and in the lineup. So that right away put him out, and they said, as a leader, you got to be able to bring everyone together and not show that frustration level. But he ended up showing that, and I think that affected him because he wasn't getting the puck in places where he wanted it, Cody and Caesar, from blue line to the neutral zone. He just wasn't getting it, and against frustrated. Same in football, same in basketball analogy. When you're not getting the ball in a certain place, he wasn't getting the puck in a certain place.
Yeah, but you can't show that frustration at all. You can't be slamming the bench store. If you're the star quarterback of a team and your receiver drops the ball, you can't be throwing your helmet on the sideline.
I'm not saying you should, but it does happen in sports.
It happens, but it happens to the guys who lose. When those winners, the big winners, the only winner I could think of that had that kind of frustration was Tom Brady. But then again, Brady was different than everybody else.
Yeah.
That anger didn't get him off of his game. McKinnon, it just never McKinnon reminds me of Evgeny Malkin at points. When he gets pissed off, it sometimes doesn't make him play better. It makes him play worse. And
Mike mentions here offer sheet maybe for Jack Drury.
I think it's the only choice because
former Carolina Hurricane.
You got to get someone on the back end. I mean, Kulak's probably out the door. Burns is about to be 42 next year, so who knows if he's even playing. But
there are depth defensemen. We'll get into this more, Mike, in the next following weeks there, leading up to free agency. We'll be doing a lot of coverage. There are depth defensemen on the market, quite a few. I like 8-10 names. So there are guys there that can maybe fit the bill for Colorado, but you have to see here how they're going to maneuver the rest.
Yeah, but a guy they put a lot on a guy like Sam Malinsky's plate, and he couldn't really step up and fill that Makar role enough.
I like Malinsky, but I told Nick this, the lights were too bright right now, in a year or two maybe, but he was pushed into that role there, and then Devon Toews was as well to get some power play one time when Makar was out. So
yeah, but
that changed the whole outlook of your team. I don't care who you are, Cody. You don't have to be the President's Trophy winners. If you have Cale Makar or Quinn Hughes in your lineup and then you no longer have them, it doesn't matter how deep you are. It's going to look different. We saw that this year with our 1C position.
Yeah, they're just certain injuries you can't really recover from. And I think with Devon Toews, he's a lot like Gustav Forsling. When you start putting a lot more on his plate, that's when the mistakes tend to happen. When you want it to score more on offense, he'll have the puck a lot longer. McDavid did after that meltdown. They won 3 straight.
Yeah.
So in a way, it didn't. If that was a trade offer,
no, they didn't win 3 straight because they lost the next.
Well, they won the next 3 out of the next 5. But with Kirby 9th overall from Makar, how fast would you get Makar from Denver?
I don't think any of the Makar rumors out there, things people trying to stir that pot, anything that's going to happen. We'll get to the Rod Brindamore stuff.
I know, but if that was an offer and you heard it yourself, you're sprinting.
Then I'm like, is that a fake account? Is that a troll account, or what else? What's going on here?
Would you drive to Denver yourself and bring him?
There we go. Yeah.
But moving on to the Eastern Conference,
that would have to involve Kirby coming to Florida.
Oh, I think Kirby would drive from Calgary to Florida, from Calgary to Denver to Florida just to bring Makar there, because that's a cup.
We got Paul Maurice in the chat. I think
said says you can't win the cup with a small 1D. Well,
I would constitute Hudson as that. Quinn Hughes should be in that realm.
Would you say Letang is on the smaller side?
He's always been borderline. That's a good one there, Cody.
Uyghur?
No, he's 6'1", 6'2".
Is he? Okay, he looks small to me.
I mean, yeah, because he always played next to Ekblad, and Ekblad's 6'4", 6'5".
Now I'm going through the names of all the past.
Paul Coffey wasn't that big of a guy.
St. Louis had a huge defense.
Petrangelo, Bouwmeester, Parayko, Gunnarsson, Bortuzzo.
It was probably Petrangelo. I'm trying to think of the other teams.
Duncan Keith wasn't necessarily that big either, but he wasn't small either.
Washington, John Carlson, he's more on the offensive end, but he's not small, right?
But anyway, moving on to the Eastern Conference, where the Montreal Canadiens, the run ended, the gas tank emptied. We're rolled in 5 games versus the Carolina Hurricanes.
I was wrong. I didn't think it would. I thought it would go long 4 or 5.
I think we were all wrong on that.
Well, I was right. I was right.
We'll hit the bell for Cody there. I just thought
I said Carolina at 5.
I thought whether they run out of gas or not, you get adjustments. And you saw Game 1 Montreal take control over, and then Carolina pushes back. And then after that, after Game 2, Montreal just progressively got worse, ran out of gas.
I think that overtime loss with that barely offsides, kind of like all the momentum just went to Carolina.
Can you imagine? Montreal's 1 goal away from stealing 2 on the road.
Yeah.
And after that, it just
you never know,
Carolina.
Right? Now their confidence is on them, and who knows what happens. But we're not saying they're going to win the series, but confidence is a big thing in hockey.
You don't normally see that when you steal one on the road 1-1, and then the series just goes rest of the way when you go back home, and then from there in Game 5. You normally do not see that when a road team steals that game. And we saw Montreal steal that game, Cody, in Tampa to start, and I said, this is going probably 7, and it did. You didn't see it in this situation.
Though let's look at Montreal's cap space situation before I chime in here. They will have currently $10.9 million in cap space. They have Kirby Dach, Zach Bolduc, and Joe Veleno as their RFAs on the forward side. Arbor Jack guys are RFA on the D side. Jakub Dobesh is due next year.
I just want to say with those names quickly, I think Zach Bolduc is at the top of the list for them to bring back. They traded for him.
Yeah, but all those guys are going to add up to $10 million, so there's not really much.
Logan Mailloux, one of their defense prospects. So I think Bolduc stand. And we'll get to that question from Mike here in a second. I have my answer there. I wonder. I think Cody has switched his. We can go to it here. I think Cody has switched his mind on this. Cody might have called them frauds earlier in the year. Oh, look what Jamie's saying here. But
they aren't frauds.
I know Nick and I are saying they're capable of winning one day, and we were scared of that fact of them doing that.
I'm gonna have a hot take. As currently constructed, I don't think they'll win.
Who, Carolina?
No, Montreal.
Oh, Montreal.
Here's my reasoning. I have serious questions about Hudson as a 1D going forward because of the amount of hits he took. I question the size. He got bullied off the puck too many times.
But he pushed through it for a lot of.
He pushed through it, but Montreal's not going to win with Caulfield and Hudson on the roster at the same time. Just too small.
Oh, that's the proclamation you're making. I don't think either one's going anywhere.
Then I don't think they're winning.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that because if you don't trust in their management, Cody, they got one of the best managers. I think they're going to make
That's fine. They can do whatever, but both of those two, it ain't going to happen if those are the key vocal points.
I'm not the biggest Caulfield and Hudson, so I kind of see where you're going there, but they're also not trading them, and I think they're building around them, and they're not just going to depend on those two.
That's fine, but
Fowler's the goalie of the future for me, Mike. A lot of my
they're going to keep both of them.
They're rolling their eyes at me. I don't know what Dobosh turns into next season. I think I know what's going to happen with Fowler, how he's going to progress forward.
Yeah, but Jamie, they can't score because they're not good enough 5-on-5. I said it before the series. They were never good 5-on-5 at all during this playoff run, the top guys, besides Suzuki. They were never good enough there. Slavkovsky is too big to be this damn silent.
So you don't like that line going that first line going forward because of the 5-on-5?
They never cracked anything. It was just they were never dominant. Like they were like last regular season. They were never that dominant. They were never the best line. Their best line was Newhook, Evans, and freaking Anderson. Those three were the biggest vocal points of their postseason. Those three.
I think you're sleeping on Suzuki a bit, but I get what you're saying with the line.
No, Suzuki's out of this conversation. Suzuki's going to be fine. I'm not worried about him.
Slavkovsky put up points in Tampa, did stuff there.
But on the power play, he is too big to be this silent 5-on-5. Too big.
Nick doesn't believe in him, but I don't think he needs to be a first-line guy. He can be your second-line guy. But I like Slavkovsky in your top 6 equation.
And then the other thing, you have to learn when to shoot this puck. They were too selective all postseason.
Well, that caught up to them in the Carolina series.
They keep trying, like the game against Florida, where in Montreal they nearly won. 6-on-5, they one-timed the puck about 7 or 8 times.
Yeah.
They were trying their hardest to score an NHL 26 or 27 type of goal, a video game type of goal.
But Cody, I don't even think you could evaluate that in the Carolina series because
they never got there.
They couldn't get to the offensive zone. So you couldn't even be critical of that because they couldn't get there. And that's where you got to give, which we're going to talk about in a little bit here. So you got to give Carolina credit because I think this was a real team in Montreal, a real threat. Montreal knocked off Buffalo and knocked off Tampa. Both teams in the Atlantic Division, both teams that were a force pretty much from the start of the season, Buffalo after they fire Kevin Adams. So again, and the people that were talking about Tampa Bay being in the Stanley Cup. Hell, I had them in the Stanley Cup against Colorado, and I believed in Montreal.
I had Dallas, Tampa, but that's just it for me. I don't trust their size going forward. Like against a Florida, Hudson's probably going to get freaking smashed like a pumpkin. Like instead of like you see like Carolina, like instead of like Aho, Ehlers, Svechnikov going after him, Bennett, Kachuk, Marchand, Luosterainen, Verhaeghe.
Montreal has to figure out the Carolina, Florida conundrum because I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah, but with the way that the size of their team and like the way Hudson plays and the way they play, I think there's a ceiling there. And like unless they
make a trade, like trade one of their players for somebody else.
It's just, and the other thing is, I'm pretty sure
Mike, you still got to give them credit for beating Tampa and Buffalo because
they deserve credit for Tampa.
I don't think others would have done that.
They deserve credit for Tampa, but it's just
not Buffalo. Everyone was talking them up.
Well, that was just a good series back and forth, but the Tampa series, the Tampa series impressed me. That was the one that impressed me.
Well, Buffalo, they had answers there, and they were able to push back after a bad performance. They weren't able to do that with Carolina.
It's just with them. I just don't know if that play style could keep carrying them.
But maybe I fell into the fallacy and the trap that I see Carolina at their worst against Florida up close. And I watch Carolina. You guys know that. I watched them against New Jersey. That's a fraud team. But when they play Florida, they're frustrated and they're not at their best. So I'm like, maybe Montreal can do some of that. I'm not saying to the level of Florida, but I'm like, maybe they could do some of that and push them here in this series. Yeah. But it just seems like Carolina has trouble with one team. Now we'll see moving forward here if they have trouble with another one. But that's in my mind right now, Cody. Maybe they just have trouble with Florida.
It's just with Montreal, and you may not agree with this, but from the outside looking in, how much different is Montreal really to those New Jersey teams that Carolina played?
Oh, I think there's more pushback and different things like that. New Jersey, they don't want to get into the fight at all, Cody. They want to get into the
but like the construction, the construction.
Like New Jersey doesn't have a Josh Anderson. They don't have an Arbor Jacki, which Montreal didn't really use in this series. But they don't have – they have the Mike Mathesons of the world. That's New Jersey.
Yeah, but they have like
Suzuki. That's the problem with
they have Suzuki, Type, and Hischier. Hughes is the best winger out of all, like every winger there.
We'll see what their new manager does. Their new GM.
To see if it's a different outlook of roster making.
I don't trust their man. Like,
I mean, he's coming from the Florida.
Yeah,
team,
but this is the guy that did not want to re-sign Sam Bennett like everyone else wanted to. Hell, he's a guy that
you're calling Sonny wrong on that.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, come on, you should be. That should be like your.
That should be Cody's guy, right?
I know.
That should be his guy.
I was gonna say, Cody.
Look, no, it's just with Bennett. I saw the Lundell thing. That's where I didn't want to re-sign Bennett, but he didn't want to re-sign Bennett because he's going to age poorly. We all know he's going to age poorly. That's no secret. But I
don't think that's just going to make him a bad general manager just because of that.
Yeah, but if it make him a bad general manager if he just relies on charts, that's where you'll get tripped up. If he surrounds himself with good hockey men, then he'll be a good GM. But
I was a little disappointed by Martin St. Louis there. Paul Mall. But I also had higher expectations of Bednar in Colorado. So, again, this is kind of St. Louis.
Bednar coached worse than St. Louis did versus.
And St. Louis, he got lots of games under his belt here. And I told my co-host this. It was beneficial for them to be in the playoffs last year. It was beneficial to play against a pretty physical Washington team. And I think that really got them ready. And St. Louis just got out-coached, outmanned, all that in the conference final. That happens. I've got to that as a coach myself when you get to a semifinal championship. And it's just not your time. And then you start to figure out, okay, what do I have to do the next season to get my team over the top and to win a championship? So I've been there myself. So St. Louis, he can look at that and say, hey, what can I get there to be a championship coach in the future here?
Yeah. And, their GM has to help them a little bit here this offseason.
And too, like sometimes it's ugly when you lose in these situations. That doesn't make you any less of a coach or any less.
It's just
that's how good that team is or whatever.
They just ran out of gas.
Yeah, I think maybe the Buffalo series kind of took a lot of them out there. But like I said, going back to that overtime loss, I feel like that overtime loss just drained everything out of them.
Well, I mean,
Because being up, because winning 2 on the road, that's huge, right, Kirby? And you said it here earlier.
Yeah, look at the numbers. I don't have.
And Jamie, where did that take us? Where did that take us?
Jamie, you would have loved that team. We would have been arguing with you on a nightly basis.
Where did that take us? Because we took a division winner and we didn't even make the playoffs the next year.
You know what it put us, Jamie? It put us in the middle, murky middle, and it just put us so far behind the 8 ball and everything. There was no vision or anything.
And here's a better thing, Jamie. Here's another thing. You see that team in Vegas out there? You see that out there? That team's in the cup again because of the result of that team. Because if that team doesn't flounder in 2016-17, guess what? Vegas doesn't have Riley Smith or Jonathan Marchessault to kick off their freaking franchise.
And Jamie, I don't know if you would have agreed with me at the time, but I was a Gerard Gallant guy, how he built that defense and how he built that team and stuff like that. When you got rid of him, you lost a lot of identity.
Everything, yeah.
Jamie, don't even try that. No.
But Die Hard makes a good point. Like, Montreal did play 2 7-game series. Carolina was well rested.
Game 7s, but
What's that?
they did get outplayed in both of those game 7s.
Yeah, but
some of the games they got outplayed and they won. Games that they played better and they didn't win earlier on.
But I think the point that he makes here is Carolina was well rested, and they don't have any like nicks and bruises. I feel like on any of their lines, they're like fully healthy.
It's just.
You guys can be with Cody, and that's fine. But I also think MB that Montreal is here to stay, and I wish Nick was here because Nick believes that too. We're gonna see next year, but I think Montreal's more of a force than Buffalo is. I don't even know what Toronto is at this point.
But Jamie, it's not strictly
Boston. I'm not worried about.
Zito uses analytics, but he doesn't just use only.
It's not the be all end all like it was in 2016 and 17, where we signed Jason Demers to do nothing. We traded Granson for Jared McCann.
I know a lot of people like Jared McCann, but I don't want a full team of Jared McCanns. What is he? It's
for Granlund straight up. No. I'm good.
Granlund stock's going through the roof. Remember, Anaheim signed Granlund when
let's just call it time out.
Third day of free agency.
I know Granlund had a good year, but.
Cody's still on the Verhaeghe trade, but I'm not.
Pump the brakes.
I'm not doing that deal.
But anyway, before we continue on any further, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Caneswear.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
And another word from other sponsor, Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA. Champions don't settle, and neither should you. Let me introduce Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA, bringing the competitive edge to South Florida luxury real estate. If you want a home that performs in all 3 zones, location, lifestyle, and long-term value, Jeremy is your power play. The clock is ticking. Let's go for the cup. Reach out now at becksellsfla.com.
Or do you want to take this one here?
I have no idea what to even say for this one. So
Gold members out there, make sure you sign up right now. We're going to be having this for the next few weeks here. Chance to win Anton Lundell signed wall-size frame photo, courtesy of Palm Beach Autographs. We're collabing with Palm Beach Autographs on a lot of different things, including the Hobby Card Show coming up this August. So make sure to become a gold member sometime this month because we're going to be drawing this in the next 3 weeks. So good luck to all gold members on this great piece memorabilia here. New gold medalist Anton Lundell for Finland. And before we get started here on this stuff, guys, I want to give a shout out to our very own Cesar Lucero, who's here with us tonight. Guys, he's 4 subscribers away from his big mark of 1K, right, C's?
1K, 4 more subscribers, guys.
So I'm going to put this on the screen right now. So if we can get 1 or 2 of you at least in the chat, that would be great. Or anyone on the replay audience here, make sure to hit up C's page here on Instagram, but more importantly on YouTube, as you see there, Big C's. So make sure you type in Big C's to the search engine there, right, Caesar?
Yep.
And you guys, go ahead.
We got a surprise guest tomorrow. Well, not surprise, but Jeremy Taché from the Miami Marlins and Miami Heat. So, Cody, I know you like the Marlins. So
not much now, but you know.
But no, yeah, and Caesar's show's always Monday nights, usually live. So make sure you guys interact with the chat, but get them to that 1K mark here. So I just wanted to say that you guys know us here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. So just wanted to give that a shout out here tonight to Caesar because I was checking in.
Thank you, Kirby. Appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you.
Let me get this on record for Jeremy Taché. Fire Clayton McCullough. There it is.
I'll let him know tomorrow.
Just get rid of him, please. I'm begging.
Let him know from the Cats and Rats, Cody Stevens. I like how Cody always speaks up when we say our NFL teams. Cody goes right away. He's like, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Right away. That's the first thing he says, right?
That's what he says to the new guests.
But he has no, his team isn't any better.
We're getting Jeremiah Smith next year. I don't give a damn.
He should almost sit it out, right? No, he's like, he should say what we used to always say. We're not going to say what our team is.
Jeremiah Smith or Archie Manning?
Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
Cody, it might not go the way you want in the draft, like the Vancouver Canucks. Doesn't always go the way they.
There ain't no lottery. Horrible. And our schedule's horrible.
Yeah, it might be some other.
You've seen our schedule. What games are we winning?
I don't know. The Cowboys' schedule is pretty bad too.
Besides the Jets, who the hell are we beating?
There's always someone.
We're
when injuries happen to quarterbacks, Cody, you cannot underestimate them.
The NFL is a strange lady. That's all I gotta say.
Dude,
and it was when Jaden Daniels did what he did.
We're facing 14 teams that could all make the playoffs. So, look, I mean, but anyway, moving on here, boys. It is the Stanley Cup final, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the chat there, C's. If you want to put up the numbers, put a lot of stuff in our group chat.
I will say this. I've seen Kirby's prediction, and Kirby's seen mine. We are on opposite sides of the spectrum right here.
I should go on the other side to curse the team, right? But go ahead.
Yeah. But
I'm split on this because
you sound like Nick now.
I think I really don't I hate both teams.
Well, you're in the majority on that one, C's.
Right. Well,
Lex hates both teams. She messaged me earlier today.
But I like the way Vegas is playing too. I just feel like the West hasn't been as strong this year as the East, and Carolina's got the most. They got the most amount of rest and the less injuries on their team. So, I don't know, man. It's. I picked. Who did I pick? I
think both teams are healthy. Who did
I pick? Vegas in 7. I think it might go to a 7-game series, but I honestly can't. I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina wins it in 6.
We got our picks from our guy Ryan and Nick as well. So if you guys can look at that on the group chat there and give that pick there.
Let me
please throw up some of the stats there. We got some of them there in the After Dark. You guys let us know as well how you see this series. Here's some of the numbers.
So Vegas is 12-4. Carolina's 12-1. Goals against is per game or goals for. They're pretty much about the same. Vegas has a little bit more, 3.63 versus 3.23. Shots on goal.
Shots against.
That's the biggest number for me, right? Vegas has been. Now, we'll see what happens with Carolina's defense.
Vegas had to have good goaltending.
Vegas has played the better teams.
Carolina, as it's gone along, hasn't had to have I get that. Yeah, Colorado versus Montreal. But, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Philly versus what? Anaheim?
Yeah.
And then Utah versus freaking Ottawa?
I don't know. That's not far off those two.
What do you mean?
I don't really like the leading time. That's like I don't know. I think that's a stupid stat there. But
look,
you do.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, just because of the team.
That was always a good stat for the Panthers.
Our boy Ryan says Vegas in 7.
Yeah.
And then Nick is Vegas in 6. Kirby, what is your pick?
We got some more numbers there as well, C's. I should at this point pick Vegas just to curse them, because every time I pick against them, they win. And that goes all the way back to the 23 Stanley Cup final. So I've picked, was it in the past Edmonton to beat them? Maybe not in 2023, but I've picked since then Vegas to lose, and I've usually been wrong. I think Dallas caught them the one time there. But my pick is going to be Carolina in 5. I just think it's like a styles clash. It can go any way here. But I think if who has home ice, guys?
Carolina.
And usually pretty good with that. Doesn't usually happen. With that Montreal game, I'm going to chalk it up to what we saw in that series as anomaly because of their extended rest. Because after that, they played Carolina Hurricanes hockey, and look what they did in Game 5.
Expected goals per game. Get that off my screen.
No, I'm just throwing the stats up here. I didn't look into.
What are we? Kenny Atkinson of the Cleveland Cavaliers? Analytically, you won 2 out of the 3 games after being on 3-0.
I was just finding all the stats, and I sent it to you guys, so I just want to follow up on this.
For me, I have Vegas.
It's a styles clash here.
I have Vegas in 5. Carolina's getting rolled here.
Cody, who's had their style and scheme set in place for a longer duration of time?
Carolina, but who's been here before?
That usually equates. This is not the same exact same Vegas team that's been here. And like Nick said, our co-host here, he said, "Is Thomas Hertl going to play like that again? Are they going to keep getting Brent Howden to play like how he is?" Cody, that's a lot more like Carolina was when they played Florida in 2023.
Now let me ask you something. Yeah. Is Logan Stankoven going to keep playing like he's playing?
I think he's better than those guys that I just.
Is Taylor Hall going to keep playing like he's playing?
I'm not a big Taylor Hall guy. Yeah, good point.
Is Jackson Blake going to keep playing like he's playing?
I like him in a certain role. Hey,
we got Antonio that agrees with you guys. Anderson sucks hard.
Because here's the thing. I have 3 words for the reason. If you guys. That's fine. I have 3 words for why Vegas is going to roll this series.
Hart also allowed a lot of bad goals in the first.
It's just 3 words.
Yep.
Down the middle. Look, Stankoven's line is going to be either matched up with Eichel's line or William Karlsson's line.
And I do want to state on the record, and you guys know this that have been here all year and last year, I'm a big Jack Eichel fan, like how he plays the game. That's an advantage. I do not like Sebastian Aho, but I think Jarvis can start to get going here. Jacob Slavin. You guys believe in Noah Hannafin and Rasmus Anderson? They haven't even found their groove in Vegas yet.
But here's one big thing, and there's one guy that has found his groove in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he's it's number 1 in my mind for the Conn Smythe right now. And the main reason why Kirby's picking against him right now, Mr. Mitchell Marner is, and Kirby may disagree with me on this, but Marner is the type. Carolina is the team that Marner would go berserk on in the East.
No. Cody's talking about Marner dancing through everyone. I'm like, Cody, is this fall formal season? This is the Stanley Cup final. You're not dancing through guys, and you're not dancing through Carolina's system.
He's dancing through Keandre Miller. He's dancing through Sean Walker.
Okay.
He's dancing through Jalen. He's dancing through everyone.
I think
but
Walker
Jacob Slavin
put him on his ass. No one in the West, soft West, Charmin soft. No one put him on his ass in the playoffs. What the hell is Jackson Lacombe doing there, Cody? Put him on his ass.
The same thing Shane Gottsespierre is going to do.
You don't think Jordan Stahl's going to put Mitch Marner on his ass?
Are they going to match if that's the matchup? Vegas in 4. Like it's just going to be. You're going to tell me you're going to put.
Wow. All right, Kat. We're going to have to see. Like we're going to have to put a poll: Kirby or Cody in this series. Like
I want to poll about dancing. Is this dancing season? Or is this big boy hockey season?
This is Dancing with the Stars, baby.
I'm going to put that poll on our Cats and Rats. I'm going to get our boy Ryan to put that up there, Cody.
Here's the thing.
Start making Mitch Marner dance memes and gifs this season. If he gets put on his ass, I want to see him being ballerina spun out of the ring.
But if he dangles somebody, boy.
If he does it once and they lose in 5, you're going to hold it. You're going to hold it to that. And say, remember that one play that he made?
If they lose, it's in 7. But.
Oh, you guys don't want to hear this if he doesn't win. Hey, I said they're not winning a cup with him in Vegas, so he can get to the cup if he doesn't win it. But okay, I'll eat my words if he does. And he was holding the Conn Smythe. I'm gonna hate that Conn Smythe trophy. I'm gonna hate it. McDavid getting it, Marchessault getting it. It's just how much worse was Erik Karlsson gonna get it next year?
And also the other big reason why I'm picking Vegas in this series who on Vegas has really been a ghost?
Don't fucking troll here. Don't even, pardon my language, but get out of here with this bullshit.
No.
I'm taking Reinhardt every day over Marner. But go ahead, Cody.
But who on Carolina? I mean, who out of the top guys? Carolina's guys haven't shown up at all yet.
Cody, isn't that scary that they're getting depth? You talk about depth and all this. You were just criticizing Colorado earlier. Carolina has got that this playoffs. Right?
I'm just going to say this. Look who they played against. They had the golden ticket like Bolquist had with the Barkov line last year.
Oh, there's a poll going. Antonio, if you want to hear me swear, he should have been. Were you not here when we got thumped by the Carolina Hurricanes 9-2, Cody? That's not acceptable.
But according to ESPN Insights, the Hurricanes finished with 14 wins ahead of the Golden Knights during the regular season, which is the largest win differential between Stanley Cup final opponents since the year 2002. And that I think in the 2002 year, Carolina versus Detroit. But then again, there are none of these teams are that Detroit team. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Mike, I totally agree. If this is a Vegas series, I think it's an Eichel series. I don't think it's as much about Carter Hart. I don't think it's about Mitch Marner. I don't think it's about Brett Howden. I don't think it's about their defense turning into the 2023 version of Vegas. I think it's about Jack Eichel. I guess who do you look at? Sebastian Aho.
But the other thing is why I think Vegas is going to roll is what happens when Freddie Anderson gets peppered?
Oh, you're waiting on that like Nick, huh?
It's coming, dude. It's
What
coming.
do you think about the goaltending, C's? You think Anderson's going to get peppered?
No, I don't think he's going to get peppered. I've been saying it in our group chat. I think Cody's been going against it and everybody else, but I think Anderson's a pretty good goaltender. Look, he hasn't faced the shots that Hart has faced on the other end, but I think he's done a good job. I mean, he's only allowed 5 goals in that series, right, against Montreal.
Was it 5?
But
5 goals.
That happens.
You got to at least give him some credit on that.
Yeah, it was 5 in the opening game there, I think. But see, Cody wanted Freddie Anderson a little while back for the Panthers. As a what? As a 1B.
I said as a backup.
I don't think he was taking a backup job when you were mentioning that.
Look, I said as a backup.
Okay, strictly as a backup. But again, Cody, I don't think it's about Freddie Anderson getting peppered. It's the system of Carolina not allowing that to happen. And this is not a Vegas team of 22 Colorado Avalanche. You think that's what this Vegas team is? That they're just going to blow the doors off the Tampa Bay Lightning?
No, it's just I know you could say the system all you want, but Carolina has proven to me 10 times out of 10 times that system always gets broken. Always.
Rod Brindamore is hungry right now for the Stanley Cup and being here.
And here's
right now, Cody.
And here's the sad
out right now.
And here's the sad thing, Kirby. He ain't the one putting on the skates. He's putting on the suit to stand on the bench.
The team is finally getting that from him. That this guy is the franchise and cornerstone of that team and organization. Give him an AA plus right now. I don't know. I don't know if Tortorella stops that. That's
to me. Bottom line, this series.
Because if they lose in 4 or 5, that's Brindamore losing in 4 or 5, and that's what you're saying.
Okay,
series.
It's happened before.
I'm talking this series. I'm not talking the Florida.
Who will be the X factor in the Stanley Cup final?
Let's get your take on your end, and then Kirby's take.
The X factor?
Yeah, in this series.
For Carolina, it's Taylor Hall. It's that if that line can keep it going, because if that line keeps going, I'm finding a hard time to figure out where that offense is going to come from.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
And then for Vegas, I think it's Shea Theodore. Vegas's big question is that blue line. And Carolina has the best defenseman in this series with Jacob Slavin. Can Shea Theodore kind of put this hard year behind him and find a way to be the best offensive defenseman in this series and push Vegas to their second cup?
It's going to be interesting to see for sure. Kirby, your take?
Yeah, everyone doesn't see the poll, but I can see it on my screen. The poll's in the
on
bottom.
the screen. It's
right
on the
corner.
screen, guys. It's not on the YouTube. You just got to put 1 in the chat or 2 in the chat.
So 1 for
Cody.
Cody.
2 for Kirby.
Yeah. Okay. Cody, who are your 2 there? Sorry, I was in the chat there.
Taylor Hall and Shea Theodore.
Oh, so you against Taylor Hall early. I'm throwing him in there. I like the Shea Theodore pick there. My X factors. I didn't put a lot of time into this. Can I say this on Vegas, Cody? Because I think this would be a key to them winning. Are you not going to let me say this as an X factor for them? Pavel Dorofeyev. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, he's an X factor because he's not a star yet.
Because I think if he scores 5 or 6 goals in this series, then Vegas is probably winning it. And he puts his claim into maybe sneaking in to win that Conn Smythe. I don't think that Conn Smythe is locked up with Mitch Marner, and we can talk about some of the other players that might not get votes. But I think Pavel Dorofeyev has a chance here to establish himself. And I believe he's an RFA going into the summer here.
He is an RFA.
And he's going to get paid if he has a big final here. So maybe taking a little bit of a shortcut out here. I'm just not confident in some of these other players further down Vegas's lineup being a big answer here. And for Carolina, I don't know. There's so many guys.
The pity vote.
There's so many guys here. Do I say this guy? I don't know if I do. No, I'm not going to say Martinook. Man, I don't know. Where do I go with this one? I think you talked about down the middle of the ice. I think Jordan Staal at least has like 2 big games here. We saw Eric Staal have 1 big game against Vegas in 2020.
Well, 1 big shift.
One big shift. I thought he was pretty good in that game. But I think Jordan Staal, if he has 2-3 good games here, this totally slants to Carolina here. Maybe a little bit of a lean to a Shane Gostisbehere too. I think he's been a little quiet, Cody, offensively. If he gets off, like you mentioned about Theodore, I think Gostisbehere there. So I don't know. Maybe
if Carolina falls, wait, put that question back up. If Carolina falls and it's a coaching issue, could Carolina ever get away with Brian Brind'Amour with the? If they fall and it's a coaching issue, like they're getting blown out in 4 if that's the case. If it's a coaching issue,
if it's a coaching issue where he's blatantly responsible, then I think this series ends pretty quickly for Vegas. I just don't think that's happening here. But yeah, if that's where and before Mike, I've seen people blame Brind'Amour from Carolina's fan perspective. Remember, Cody? And they've come in the chat here too, and they said
they want him fired.
If you get rid of Brind'Amour, you're like a glorified wild card team.
What would a coaching issue be, though?
Too many men on the ice, penalties, bad line switches, kind of.
I don't know about too many men because sometimes that's.
But it could also, if Freddie has a bad game and they pivot to Bussy.
No, I think Cody's missing the mark on this. This is if they're turning pucks over in the neutral zone. If Vegas is getting behind the defense.
If it's game 1 versus Montreal.
Yeah, if that's game 1 and there's just speed element, they're getting out physical. They can't even get set into their system. Like Montreal couldn't get the puck out from behind their net and up the ice. If Vegas is getting behind and getting in on the Carolina defense, and like you said, Keandre Miller's making mistakes, Slavin looks like he did in game 1, that's not on all of the players. That's on the coaching staff not being prepared for the matchup that they're playing against. So, Cody, I think that's where it is, where it just doesn't look like Carolina Hurricanes hockey. They can make those mental mistakes. I think they're still fine if they take too many men, or what was the other thing you said?
Like just like if he moves guys around like Jim Montgomery did versus the Panthers.
Well, that's where he's starting to search
for
stuff. I could see that being part of the equation there, but I just think they're pretty set in stone with like what their pairings would be, what their lines would be, and I don't think you need Aho and Jarvis to be the best line in this series, Cody. If it was Tampa, Florida, something like that, say they need to be the best. I don't know if they need to be.
No, Aho needs.
You have Nikolai Ehlers on the 3rd line scoring game-winning goals.
Aho needs to be a factor in the series. Going wide.
Number 1, number 2, number 3 best player?
Has to be.
Okay. Clip that, Caesar.
Okay.
Because you know who's on the other side of the ice? Jack Eichel.
Don't come to me if Carolina wins at 5 or 6 games, Cody, and you're like, oh.
And he only has 1 goal and like 3 assists. And I'm like, if Aho only has 1 goal and 3 assists, or 1 is like 2 assists, right?
He's like,
and they win. You lose on that one.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I'm not losing.
If that's 1-0 hockey game, 2-1.
The reason why I think Vegas rolls, Aho can't lift a candle to Eichel right now. Can't lift one.
But I don't think he has to be the guy, though.
What do you mean he doesn't have to be the guy? If Stankoven Hall Hall and Blake get shut down by that Carlson line, which have done that to not only the McKinnon line, they did it to the Anaheim's top line, they did it to Utah's top line. If they shut them down, where is the offense coming from?
Cody, you're not listening to what I'm saying about Vegas. I don't think this is Connor McDavid. Oilers 24. I don't think this is Vegas 23. I don't think this is Tampa Bay 22. I don't think this is Colorado 22. And this is not the Florida Panthers. And if I'm wrong on this Vegas team, then I'll be here to say that. I don't think this is an impressive year. I think a lot of this run in the West hasn't been impressive. And what Vegas is going to do in this series is going to dictate a lot moving forward here. If they get embarrassed by Carolina, they have to be called out for that. I don't love their goaltending. I don't love their defense.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
He's on a heater right now.
You say Nikolai Ehlers is on Carolina's third line. You know who's on Vegas's third line? Mark Stone is on Vegas's third line.
Okay, is he going to be available every night?
This is a cup final. He better be.
He has a big time performer. That's a guy that needs to be in the top 5. Cody.
The last time the Carolina Hurricanes were in the Stanley Cup final was in 2026, which is actually 20 years that I graduated my high school, which I'll be having my 20-year high school reunion this year, which is crazy.
There we go. Take a lot of real.
What high school?
I see this.
Western High School.
Oh, you're a Mustang. Okay.
No, Wildcat. Wow.
Hold on.
There's a Western.
Hold on. Did Cody just confuse Caesars High School with Ryan and Elliott
Cooper City Cowboys are the Mustangs?
No, that's
no. There's a team. There's a school that's the Mustangs.
Isn't that Elliott Freeman Ryan School in Ontario? Western.
What's your color? School colors are what? Black and yellow, right? Or no? Am I thinking
black and gold.
Oh, y'all are the Wildcats. I could have sworn y'all were the Mustangs.
Yeah, we're the Wildcat Pride.
Don't get Cody to do the pamphlet, Caesar.
But Macklin Celebrini was 6 days old.
Yep.
Sidney Crosby and Ovi just finished their rookie season. Wow, it's crazy. Wayne Gretzky was a Coyotes head coach. I forgot Gretzky was a head coach.
Trust me, a lot of people want to. I think even Gretzky wants to forget that.
4 teams in the NHL didn't exist. What 4 teams were they?
Kraken,
Seattle,
Knights, Seattle,
Utah.
Winnipeg. Well, technically Winnipeg.
Are they counting Utah?
I mean, Winnipeg, Utah, Seattle, Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, the expansion before that was Nashville, Columbus, Minnesota.
Yeah, no, because Winnipeg was Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a Wildcat just like the High School Musical. I never even watched the movie. So.
Oh, Antonio, is that in your top 5 movies? You didn't say that the other day. We're talking about movies.
But I mean,
this is good. I love that we're difference of opinion on this. We're gonna find out on this. Cody, Caesar, are you guys doing game 1? I will not be here for game 1.
Unfortunately, I won't be here for game 1, but I will be here for game 2.
I would love us to be able to stream it here. I don't know what Nick's schedule's like. We'll try to get it streamed.
I'm here for game
2. 1 is June 2nd, which is Tuesday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be here for that, but Thursday I'll be there.
Unfortunately, I work, gentlemen.
Oh man, we need Nick to come through for game 1 then. I'm in the gym, so we need Nick to come through.
But Kirby, we're good for game 2, right?
Yeah, I should be good Thursday night this week.
And then Saturday night.
Saturday, I should be good as well this week. Is there a Saturday the following? I might not be. Good. Friday.
There's no Sunday or Monday games.
Wait, hold up. Because June 2nd is Tuesday, June 4th is Thursday, June 6th is Saturday. Then June 7th is Sunday. Wait, no. Game 4 is then next Tuesday again. And then game 5 is that Thursday.
Your boy, I agree with that.
And then game 6 is that Sunday?
June 14th. Is that a Sunday?
It might be. I think that is.
I want to say our very own Nick J. Levine and I believe Jersey Jim Behringer and our moderator David Torres will be in the building in Vegas for game number, is it 4, I believe? So They'll all be in the middle. Cats and Rats.
And then Game 7 is Wednesday, June 17th.
Okay.
So
we need to be live for Game 4, gentlemen. Whoever's here, like we need to, because we might get Nick popping on or Jim after. Might have a sick post-game show.
So the 14th is probably the only game. If it's Game 6, I'll be able to do.
Really, C's, okay.
Yeah, because unless there's a Monday game, I don't see a Monday game.
Sorry, Game 6. Game 6. Okay.
Yeah.
But
we got to try to get something.
It's going to be an interesting series. I think a lot of people are rooting for the Meteor to hit the arena, but
you're here, Adonis, in presence right now, or were you?
But look, we have different opinions here. I think Vegas is going to roll here. They have the bigger guns, the star power, the game breakers, and I don't
know. I think you're sleeping on Carolina too much, right? And I did pick Vegas. I did pick Vegas.
Sorry, Steve. What was that?
I did pick Vegas, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like we can't sleep on Carolina. I know that they haven't had like the prettiest.
I'm in a coma sleeping on Carolina.
I'm the only guy out of the 5 of us that's going with them. Nick switched to Vegas. Remember that, you guys. Cody, C's, and Ryan are all on Vegas. What was Ryan and Nick's picks again?
Ryan was Vegas in 7. Nick was Vegas in 6.
Okay, thank you.
So me and Ryan, I guess, are on the same page, 7, right?
So here's the thing.
I just want to say Adonis is available for Game 1 stream, so maybe with Nick. So that's.
I'm going to say here. I have not switched my pick from the minute Carolina was going to the Eastern Conference this season. Kirby can attest. My pick was immediate, and it has not changed. And it's not going to change. Right or wrong, I'm going down with it because I just think Jack Eichel's going to be the bigger factor in this series, and there's no way in hell Carolina is going to win this series and Aho's not a top 5 player. I'm sorry, that is just not happening.
Crazier things have happened in the Stanley Cup.
If Carolina
I don't know what's going on in the chat right now with your boy and Adonis. Adonis usually has good takes, right, Cody? I don't know what he's getting called out for here. I don't understand this at all. What's going on here? Are we getting confused here? Adonis one of the best takes here. I know Adonis has a bit of bias for Gustav Forsling over Jacob Slavin, but I can't think of anything else offhand that he's all. There's some of the New York Giants stuff, but we're a hockey channel here. So
is Adonis a Giants fan?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. We got a bunch of Giants fans in the community.
They're not doing pretty good over there after this past week with the media. So
we're talking about bringing back Odell Beckham. Go ahead and do that. I'm not scared.
Well, I mean, in his prime, he did kill the Cowboys.
I think that was a lot of highlights and.
We ended up winning that game anyways. So.
It's about.
It don't matter if you win; he still kill you though.
It wasn't the Giants walking through us all those times.
He might have killed us, but we still won the game. I mean, don't you play to win the game?
There we go. Herm Edwards?
Yeah, sure. That's why Eli has the 2 Super Bowls.
I know Bull.
Yeah, we got to give credit to that defense too.
Yeah, but Eli can give him credit during his Hall of Fame speech.
It was Eli. Thank you. So yeah, we'll knock that off the records for Adonis there. That was an interesting day there. Get your votes in on the poll there. I want more. I want more on Cody's side if you guys are going there.
Well, let's give Cody some credit. It is 13 minutes past. I was gonna say it is Cody's birthday week, so want to wish Cody a happy birthday on behalf of the Cats and Rats community. Happy birthday, Cody.
Appreciate it. I mean, it's been.
Cody spent some time in the ATL.
Indeed.
Oh, is that why the Atlanta Braves are winning?
Oh, Cody.
I drove past their old stadium. So.
Oh. Okay.
What did you say? What did you say under your breath?
Honestly, didn't think much about it. I mean, they're so far ahead, don't even matter.
Too far ahead. Oh, too far ahead. You. It's like the Tampa Bay Lightning days and Florida Panther days when we were.
Yeah, Antonio, subtract 10 years from that.
Antonio.
Wow.
Antonio needs to. You don't do that on his birthday weekend. Antonio needs to come on the members only stream, Cody, and we need to grill him. We can make a whole Antonio segment here, the Panthers court or whatever.
Hey, Antonio, no matter how much you troll, Seth Jones is the Stanley Cup champion.
Oh, do you have that picture, Cody?
Yeah. Seth Jones.
Yeah. Do you have any Seth Jones pictures to share there?
Seth Jones pictures?
Just look on that. We can find it pretty quick.
Hey, Mama Jones is loving South Florida. That's for sure.
Mama Jones loves the Cats and Rats too. Shout out to Nick and I. She loves the Seth Jones content because we tell it like it is, Antonio. We didn't jump on all those sheep. I'm putting it in the chat right now. All those sheep that you listen to online. You're one of them, Antonio.
Yeah, you weren't too fond of Jones there.
Right.
Let me remove mine. Sorry, Cody, go ahead.
We can go through that. There we go.
Yeah. Ooh. That is such a sexy picture.
How does that feel?
How does that feel, Antonio? Oh, and I can't wait till the draft when we pick our player. I'm going to put that picture up on here, too, for Antonio.
Don't change the topic here. Antonio. I'm just getting some
Powerade all day, every day. Gatorade never.
Yeah, you won't drink it. Don't change the subject here. This lies.
Nice AI pick. No, an AI pick is with Bedard holding it.
Antonio, what alternate universe are you living in?
Just remember, Seth Jones wasn't the problem. The Blackhawks were the problem.
Again, we appreciate all of our members. We appreciate all of our members. Hit that thumbs up button. But Antonio, you need to come on a members only stream. You are a member. You need to come on. We got some pertinent questions for you.
Wait. For all we know, Antonio could be an AI.
We haven't heard his voice. We haven't seen him in physical.
Maybe Antonio's probably like 12 or something.
No, this is an adult 18+ community. We have always said that because on Spaces, you guys think things get wild here, right, C's?
Yeah.
Over there on Spaces on the X platform. Cody, you know this very well. So I'm talking to a bot in DMs? Man, that's not good. I thought other people in our community did that, Cody, but I digress. We love all of you. Thank you.
It's all in fun and games, guys. We love you guys.
But anyway, anything else here, boys?
Well, this was a fun show here.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
No. We got the emotions back up here, C's, Cody. Heading into June here. Big month ahead. Any breaking news that happens, we're going to be live here on YouTube, and then we're going to be over on Spaces that following night, or if it's too late, that following day. So you guys will get all your calls in here. We'll even get some maybe open mic stuff going here down the road here as well, C's. We're able to do that here on StreamYard. It's very simple. So we can streamline that, bring people up and stuff like that if we need to. So very easy to do here in the chat. And a lot of you that have been a guest already here. So, yeah.
Yep, no, for sure.
But anyway, we appreciate everyone for here watching here tonight. And once again, shout out to our sponsors, Caneswear, and at Jeremy Beckham at Becksells FLA. As we sign off here tonight, for Kirby, Big C's, and the absent Nick J. Levine, and myself, we say thank you. And as always, let's go Cats.
Let's go Blades.
Let's go Knights.
Side of you, so I remove what's right at you. The beating undivided, all the voices in my head.